Good morning, friends. Welcome to the sixth episode of Professional Talk. And as you have seen the thumbnail, today I am going to talk with a professional leading his life in banking industry since last 19 years. And he's my childhood friend, Mr. Nishant Kumar. And he will be sharing his overall
Fine.
experience and opportunities for the viewers in banking industry. So I welcome Nishant to the stream. So good morning, Nishant.
Good
And
morning, Jay. Good morning to
so
all the viewers who was going to watch this session live. And
so we will start with your 19 years of career in banking industry, starting from a release of Sonpur, Bihar to New Delhi in banks, now settled well. So how do you feel with this overall career of yours?
it was, the start was obviously quite, courageous. Being, from coming from, middle class family and,
तेरा
working
ऑडियो
for
का कुछ
life.
इशू है निशांत.
हाँ?
तेरा ऑडियो का कुछ इशू आ रहा है.
ऑटो का इश्यू हो रहा है. बेटर है अब.
हाँ अभी बेटर ओके.
ठीक है. सो दिल्ली दिल्ली एक कैपिटल है और कमिंग फ्रॉम बिहार सोनपुर जैसे जगह से आके इट वाज कंप्लीट अ डिफरेंट लाइफ एंड देयर वाज अ फियर एंड देयर वाज व्हाट आई से so like life was completely different here. I was scared talking to people. I was literally scared to join a group. So the start was I had come here to join NIT, and it was in heart of Delhi. So day one, day two, every day the first week, first 10 days was quite fearful for me. I was not even able to talk to the people, and then starting my career in 2003 with banks was again same kind of challenging. So and that was the time when I was not aware what exactly the PAN card means for what exactly why the IT are being filed. But for my for my department, maybe if I say my domain, these KYCs were quite important documents for processing of loans and all. So yes, it was learning as well as challenging for me to adapt with all the situations.
So in 19 years, how many assignments you had with different organizations?
I had been with two banks. If I say ICICI, when I from where I have started with, and then HDFC being the second organization I'm working as a with bank. In between, I have worked with captive finance company, a lending organization which is not a bank but are registered or maybe affiliated by RBI to lend their money into the market for different uses like business loan, auto loans if you talk about personal loan. So 10 years of my career have been with captive finance and non-banking industry,
Okay, okay.
and
So,
and 6 years. Yeah.
oh, so if I know you properly, you started your journey of education in science, then you studied computers, and now you are working for banking. So, is it something like the story of a three-idiot fellow?
Maybe you can say that we do not follow what we exactly, or maybe if I say I was not aware if I'm studying science today and then going for computer, I was not aware that I have to follow my dream, or maybe I had some dream at that point of time.
So now you are with SDFC and looking after auto sales, and
Yes.
uh, post COVID the things are getting well, and hopefully in your industry also it is taking better. So
HDFC has been, if I interrupt in between, HDFC has been uh, constant in their business. If one vertical was not working, then we were assigned some other task.
okay.
And through digital platforms, HDFC is known for their process and digitalization. It is one of the biggest and largest available bank in India. So
Hmm.
yes, we had a task. We have been working from home, and at that point in time, also HDFC Bank has scored somewhere around 18% of the profit overall.
So again, coming to the personal side, how tough it is for a Bihari fellow to come out from his native place, then getting settled in capital city of the India, New Delhi. So regarding behavior, then language, then overall cultural difference, what it comes. So how tough it is to cope up with all that and then to uh, fight for
See,
existence.
people here in Delhi gradually accept you, but there are certain changes that you need to develop in yourself, or maybe the peoples around you are also able to accept, or maybe is willing to accept. Otherwise, the situation is like so they treat Bihari as laborers only. Not they do not accept us being in their being sitting on their chair of their manager, or maybe leading a team, or sitting in the management's capacity. So they accept you they accept easily as a labor, but if you have to make your place in the management, then you have to struggle, because they have a different kind of mindset. And when you stand between them, then and your story is successful, the career graph is successful, then they say Biharis are always you know uh, the best in the lot. They are IAS, and they start giving those examples which we also give sometimes, that most of the IAS are from Bihar and all.
शंभू सरन की पंक्तियां हैं कि हम सौ पर भारी एक पर है, हम धरती पुत्र बिहारी हैं। तो
Exactly.
तुम्हारे जीवन में ये धरती पुत्र बिहारी कितना ज्यादा निखर के सामने आया?
बहुत बारी, and since start, if I say, when not at the during the study time, but yes, when I started my career with ICC Bank. So I worked there for almost 3 years, from 2005 to 2008, and almost every month I had to prove एक बिहारी सौ पे भारी.
हम्म।
And yes, people used to call me by nicknames, other different names. I had to answer them. Sometimes I keep mum and avoided them and did not give any reaction. But most of the time I reacted and made them feel that I'm no less than you at any given point of time. And yes, I'm in your capital, I'm in your city. If you feel like that I'm coming from Bihar, I'm able to manage life as you do. I want to see if you have the same kind of capacity, if you can manage yourself in Bihar.
So if you see next to 2014, everything particularly related to banks changed dynamically, and there are so many areas where bank involved and government involved banking for dealing money or money exchange, whatever it was. So social interface of the bank rise like anything, Jandhan Yojana and all and all and all. So many things came into practice. So I believe that there are so many opportunities where this people's opportunities for young peoples came into banks. So अगर एक youngsters को career prospect से हम देखें, so what are the careers you suggest or you feel like that a fresher, a youngsters can get into and then उसमें flourish कर सकते हैं?
See, banking does not mean a private bank. If I go about the youngsters, they have a they want to make their career in banking, but they are not exactly aware banking in private banking and nationalized banking has different kind of environment to work into, completely different. I don't find so when they want to make their career in banking, they want to go into private nationalized bank, not to the private bank. Private Going to a private bank, people are different. They always complete their MBA maybe or CA, then they join private bank and in different sectors. And then there are there are two sectors in banking. There are retail, asset, and liability. So branch banking, if I talk about, wherein the branch people operates, they have a liability business, wherein I have a backend support. I work in a backend support kind of thing, wherein I do sales, but I have a product of asset. Like, we lend money into the market. We are not bringing money into the bank, but lending those money which has been brought by branch banking. So this is two different kind of thing. And making career with banks are, I don't find कि जो लोग इनिशियली बैंक की प्रिपरेशन करते हैं वो प्राइवेट बैंक को माइंड में रख के कर रहे होंगे. मुझे कभी ऐसा फील नहीं.
सो बैंकिंग में जो करियर है वो कौन सा आप बोलते हो ज़्यादा अच्छा है, जो ब्रांच के ओरिएंटेड है या जो लेंडिंग सॉर्ट ऑफ मीन्स जो बैंक के प्रोडक्ट्स को बेच रहे हैं उनके उनके लिए ज़्यादा अच्छा है?
डिपेंड करता है. देयर आर डिफरेंट डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ ग्रोथ इन बोथ. लाइक अगर मैं ब्रांच बैंकिंग की बात करूं, तो ब्रांच बैंकिंग में यू हैव स्कोप because there are endless products. Currently, if I talk about, there are 42 products which a relationship manager deal with during their day. And if I talk about myself, I'm into asset. I look after auto loans, and then apart from this, I have four products which I say cross sell along with the loan. Wherein I sell motor insurance, where I sell EMI Protect. EMI Protect is an option wherein if a customer gets ill some point in time and is hospitalized, then the EMI will be taken care by the insurance company. So those are the products that are added with my product, that is auto loan. But in liability business, I can name few products that you can relate with: current account, saving account, overdraft limit, life insurance, uh, FD business, or then corporate account opening, salary account opening. These are different products that live branch banking deal with every day. So they have 40. They have a range of 42 products. And
Me,
income wise, if I talk about, see, career in our industry is always means how much you earn in a year or maybe in a month. So yes, branch banking is better than the domain that I operate in terms of income. But if I talk about the peace in life, then we have a different kind of peace, and they may have a different. Obviously, I have not get into that life completely, but yeah, I was looking after branch business for a couple of years, so I know the struggle and the happy thing about their life during the day, during business hour. If I talk about.
so private banking and then government banking, there are two big sectors coming together and then rising up. So in terms of career, if I say how challenging it is with private banking and then how comfortable it is with government banking.
Uh, See, private banking and nationalized banking. So when you have to work with nationalized bank, the challenge is at the time of getting the exam, you competing the exam,
Mhm.
clearing that, and then being selected. That is the challenge. Then the life is not that easy. It is not nowadays not that easy because they also have certain targets. They also need to bring in funds for their bank to make it bigger. But private bank has a challenge every day. It is not see, there is a monthly target, but being chased every day, every hour you're followed. Your supervisor is after your life every hour, every half an hour, maybe you can say on some odd day. So you do not get you're not. They make you work. You're not able to work according as per your skill. So currently, bank has being into a competitive market. It is being very tough to survive and to deliver what exactly you're hired for.
So, if in one word I would rate your experience and would like to understand the overall banking industry as of now or as of today, it is how you would coin it. You would say it comfortable, you would say it challenging, or you would say it miserable.
See, it is not miserable, but yes, it is challenging.
It's very
For
much
some,
challenging.
for some it can be miserable if they are not at all able to deliver. But yes, if you have skills, if you are able, if you have understanding of market, people are known, and you are known in the market, then you are able to sell yourself. For the people who are new or maybe coming from different sector and joining in bank, for them after a couple of months, it is the life will be miserable if you are not able to do. It is all about the volume that you put in onto the bill.
So, one thing I would like to understand from your side, since you have almost 2 decades of experience now, क्वालिफिकेशन को कितना महत्व है? जैसे एक साइंस ग्रेजुएट, एक कॉमर्स ग्रेजुएट या एक आर्ट ग्रेजुएट, out of the three, if anyone is coming, so this industry is comfortable for what kind of graduates?
I think, I mean, that hardly matters if you are coming into sales. But yes, if you want to make a career into credit side, does the underwriting of a case before lending the money to the customer, then the qualification is required. Otherwise, the department that I am into, or maybe the operations team does not require any kind of qualification. Like, but any if they do not go by the stream that the person has no graduated with.
So there are certain areas where qualification does matter, and for
Exactly.
rest of the jobs in banks, this qualification part is that experience will count, but qualification will not be that much important.
Yes.
चलो एक और बात है कि एकेडमिक्स और बैंकिंग considered to be the two best career for female or say girls and women in middle class family. बट अभी एकेडमिक्स का तो हिसाब किताब ठीक ही है, बट बैंकिंग में इवन इन नेशनलाइज बैंक वी सी दैट शटर 4-5 बजे के बाद गिरता है, बट स्टाफ जो है वो 7 बजे 8 बजे के आसपास ही निकलते हैं.
Maybe
तो
even
for female side, if I ask, how comfortable is nowadays these banking jobs are?
see, it's been almost 15 to 12, 15 minutes we have been talking, and the experience I have shared, it is quite evident that obviously academic, if I have to choose one for females candidates, then it will be academic for sure. Yes, banking sector gets down by the customer dealing time 3:30 and maybe 4 o'clock. 3:30 is the cutoff time for customer dealing. And it is not the day. It is not the end of the day.
Okay.
So the work inside the office keeps on happening till 7:30, 8. In this government, the one thing that's happening is in Life Bank, if I talk about, they are working hard currently because they have piled up the things of their past. Earlier, government has not put in that much of pressure. They have not, putting effort to clear the backlogs. That is why they are working that hard. And now the situation is that turnaround time is also being maintained into nationalized banks also. So that is how the working hours has increased. Not for the customer, not for the people outside, but within the bank. It is there from 10 o'clock, maybe, but not 10 o'clock, but yes, from 9:30 to 7:30 is the bare minimum time that you spend in office in a day.
Okay. So if I see the private jobs, whether it is for banks or to my industry of pharmaceuticals or whatever, most of the professionals I am talking to, they are suggesting every private job people should have some exit plan, and that exit plan should be based on their qualification, experience, and the plan itself they have. So in banking industry, what you will suggest to a candidate working for banks, or particularly for private banks, what should be their exit plans, and what are the exit plans you feel like that they have and they can work post their job or leaving their assignment?
Ankit, I have a middle way answer for this question. If I have to think of an exit plan, then it should not be delayed like I have done 20 years or maybe 15 plus years. It should be little early. That is when you can, if you want to do something on your own, then you can spend your young age to your own thing, than to bringing in or maybe enhancing value of your organization that you're working with. And at the same time, I would say, if you have spent 10 years or 15 years with any of the organization that you're working in, then you should be in a stable position above reasonable. And if you're below that, then you are out of the race already.
There is some network issue, I see. I believe your sound is not that clear.
Is it any better now?
Yeah, it's now okay.
Yeah. So I'm saying, see, 10 years is 10, maximum 10 years at the time. As per me, from the start of your career, you should be able to judge whether you have to continue with your job or you have to do something on your own. As per me, I have spent 7, 8 extra years running behind the thing wherein I already had failed. So 10 years working for any organization or maybe in your career in the same domain. 10 years is good enough time where you would be able to judge, if today I'm being a manager after 19 years of time with bank, I should be, where should I be? At what level I should have been? And 10 years back, I should have decided if I'm on the correct pace or not. And if I'm not, then I should think of an exit plan. So, yes,
So, what are the exit plans you feel like that a banking people should is having in
there
hand?
are
And
enormous, there are enormous, Ankit. I would say the bank people have dealt with different set of people every day. It is completely a customer service industry.
hmm.
You interact different people every day. It is not that uh, see, if I take an example from you, you have been meeting with doctors, right? The domain that you have been into, wherein you are required to meet doctors, convince them, or maybe deal with your products that you have. But being a banker, I did not have that limitation, right? And bank itself has 42 products that we have been dealing with. So it is not that I need to choose one product. I can go with anything. Maybe it can be motor insurance, it can be health insurance, or maybe it can be insurance sector, it can be lending sector itself too, being a channel partner to the bank and operate to your own business, or or some other licensing kind of business wherein you are bidding, you can work as a freelancer also. You're not known as a any organization in the market, but yet you're earning well.
Hmm.
For bank people, it is not confined in a limit that which area you should move into.
Hmm. तो इट्स लाइक दैट कि उनको एक सरकमफ्रेंस में देखते रहना चाहिए जो भी मार्केट वो डील कर रहा है, और जो भी अच्छा अपॉर्चुनिटी उनको दिख रहा हो बैंक के साथ या अदर देन बैंक, उनको उसको प्लान करके मूव आउट कर जाना चाहिए।
मूव आउट करना इज नॉट द ओनली सॉल्यूशन। मेरा कहने का मतलब ये है कि अगर मैं एक बैंक के साथ काम कर रहा हूँ, मेरा एक्सपीरियंस, मेरे स्किल सेट और मेरी एज, तीनों चीजें मुझे पता है। तो मुझे इस एज में किस पोजीशन पे होना चाहिए अकॉर्डिंग टू माय स्किल सेट्स, अकॉर्डिंग टू माय एक्सपीरियंस। और अगर मैं उस पोजीशन पे नहीं हूँ, इसका मतलब मैं उस रेस से बाहर हो गया हूँ। रीजन बीइंग, जो आपके पीछे आए हुए बंदे हैं, अगर वो आपसे तेज दौड़ रहे हैं तो दे विल नॉट गिव यू प्लेस टू ग्रो। तो आपको
Mm-hmm.
अपनी ग्रोथ, अपनी एज और अपने एक्सपीरियंस, तीनों चीजों को बेस मान के आपको जज करना पड़ेगा कि वेदर यू शुड कंटिन्यू विद योर जॉब। अब लेट्स से आज अगर मैं रीजनल मैनेजर पोजीशन पे होता या हो, मेरे हिसाब से मुझे लगता है कि मुझे होना चाहिए, बिकॉज 2018 वाज द टाइम आई बिकेम एरिया मैनेजर।
Mm-hmm.
Then there was a setback in my career for 13 months and I'm here as a sales manager again, restarted up my career. But yes, अगर मैं सारे रीजनल मैनेजर होता तो आई ऑल्सो वुड हैव बीन थिंकिंग कि नहीं, मैं करियर के सही ग्राफ पे हूँ और आई कैन ग्रो हियर ओनली। तो मेरा बस वो जज करने वाली बात है, सेल्फ सेल्फ जजमेंट इज वेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड। एट व्हाट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, if I'm not with the right pace, I should increase it. If I'm not going with in a right direction, then I should change my direction. So quitting is not the only thing that I'm going with, or maybe I would go for.
So skills may what are the skills you feel like that a banking people must be having with him, and if it is with them, then their success graph will be better.
It is
So
not different that anything comes for sales. Sales is the only skill. If you're a good salesperson, then you're most welcome into that.
and
And yes, if you have
efficiency.
certain department that you work with, wherein your qualification also matters.
So and how do you rate the efficiency of computers knowledge in the banking industry?
It is very much required nowadays. Everything is in mail, things are being digitalized. So yes, you have to be proficient enough to, handle those things. If you're not able to, because net banking, most of the offer, if I say a person is buying new car, if a person is getting a added loan amount on his existing car, that all comes on your net banking. If you're not tech savvy, then you'll not be able to, doing the process, and you need somebody to assist you. Yes, computer knowledge is very much required nowadays because India itself is going to be digitalized. They are going in the same direction.
I hope there is some network issue, and again it is your sound is not.
The phone was ringing, so maybe that because of that. अब ठीक है?
अभी ठीक. So chalo, we are closing nearby to the closing time of this stream. The final question which I asked to almost every experienced people in this platform, to you also I am putting that if given a chance to reframe your 19 years of career with banks and other industries, whatever it is,
Only,
what is that
only
one
with
thing?
banks, only with banks, or maybe in my life if I have made some decision 1950.
Yes, yes, overall, I'm asking that in professional career of 19 years, if getting a chance to reframe it, what is that one thing you would like to add on, and what is that one thing you would like to dwell on to make it even more beautiful and as per your desire?
I'm sorry, I missed what exactly you said.
I'm asking about that in overall professional experience, what you have, and you feel like if given a chance to reframe it, what is that one thing you'd like to tell, and what is that one thing you'd like to add to make it even more beautiful?
Ankit, I'm sorry, I'm getting call on this number, so that is why every time network is being disconnected.
Okay.
Yes.
So is it okay now?
Yeah, now it is fine.
So it's in final minutes. So if you have got my question, so you can conclude with that.
If I see, there are two things majorly. If I say in my life, if I had to change one thing in my life, then it would be a decision that I shouldn't have chosen to come to Delhi.
Okay.
And in my professional career, if I say, then I followed some people and joined bank. I should have done
Mhm.
different way. I should have been working with some multinational organization, which I got. The first
Mhm.
organization that I worked with was Viking Mobile. It was an England company and outbound call center. But yes, that was the area I could have been into a different domain, which I'm looking for, which I have been looking for in my past, but I could not get it. And that was an area of Foreign Account Tax and Compliance Act, called
Mhm.
FATC. It is dealt with banks also, but yes, that was the domain I wanted to be into.
Okay. So you are overall not happy with this banking industry, as I believe, and that is why.
Maybe the career graph, or maybe the way I have been through. That may be the reason. Other people from banking industry itself may have a different, vision of seeing it. But yes, if I say I'm not that much comfortable or that much happy with the entire experience I had.
Okay. So just wait. I am just finishing this interview and coming back to you.
Or
So thank you everyone who would be watching this interview later on and whosoever is watching now. Uh, uh, I would say that this banking industry is quite challenging, seems for private people and for private banking, in fact. And whosoever are in this industry, I would wish all the best to them. And particularly, I would say that wherever you are, try to make your life happier with your decisions, and it is totally in your control. So whenever you want, I feel like that it is not very comfortable to you, do change your industry as per your desire. So thank you very much, and we will meet soon with a new experienced people on the same platform in a new episode of Professional Talk. Thanks and good day to you all.